Hello, I'm Julia Sager with Julia Sue's Stamping. I wanted to share with you today that all you need are stamps, ink, and paper. I am passionate about stamping, coloring, creating paper crafts, cards, and sharing that fun with others. So that's why I'm here today with you. I'm from Northeast Ohio. So it's October here. Pretty interesting day, very overcast. But I'm not here to talk about the weather. I'm here to talk about stamping. So I've got a really easy card that only has the stamps, paper, and ink. Would like to share that with you. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started. So I'm going to get my fingers in like always. Turn it around here. And get everything in. All right. So I was finding that it focuses better when I've got something darker under there besides just the white. So that's why I have this mat on down here today. So hopefully that will work and we won't have any problem with that. It's going to be great. I have some pretty colors of cardstock. This one is a Misty Moonlight that I have already cut. Was 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I cut it in half at the 4 1/4, and then I scored it. So it's a regular card size, US card size. And then I took some cards, designer series paper from the Earthen Elegance. I like this design in that group of designer series paper because it looks like jean material kind of to me, and I think that's just so cool. So that's what I'm using, and I cut it down to be a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece. So you do need adhesive as well, but you can choose whatever kind you want. Double-sided tape that is the kind you can buy at the grocery store. I like the Stamp and Seal because it really adheres well and it doesn't add any thickness to it. Sometimes the kind you can buy at the grocery store can add a little thickness to the card. So, and then I have cut a piece of Misty Moonlight that is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. And the reason it's kind of an odd size is because this one is 3 by 4 1/4. So I just made this an eighth bigger so that when I put it down, you can see how it's matted then by that beautiful blue very nicely. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to use stamps. I see everybody using Christmas stuff right now, and I love that, but I don't have much of that. So I am awaiting a shipment of some Christmas stamps. Today I'm going to use the Nature's Print, a whole bunch of the stamps from here that you'll see I'm using. It also has dies that go with it, because I know that because I marked it with a D on my stamp set so I can remember to go look at my dies. I'm not using any of those today though, because I wanted to keep it simple with stamps, ink, and paper. So the ink that I'm going to use at first is Gray Granite, because that goes with this designer series paper. And I'm going to stamp up the splatter image from that Nature's Prints. I'm going to stamp it off and then put it on the cardstock, the Gray Granite. So I'm inking it in the same color as the cardstock, but I'm stamping it off every time first. Then I turn the stamp a little bit so it looks different every time I stamp it on the cardstock. I'm doing a lot of them because the splatter, I think it's cool. It makes it look like I accidentally spilled something on it, but you and I know that I didn't. Then the fern, I'm going to make sure this is on here real well. Squeeze it on a little bit better. I got this stamp set either during the pandemic or right before the pandemic. I'm not sure which. And you can even stamp it off a couple of times. It adds an even lighter image to it, to your cardstock, and just, you can barely see it in there, but you can see it. It's there, so that's cool. All right, And then the last one I'm going to use for my background is this from that exact same stamp set. Again, I'm stamping off. Try not to get a lot of stem on here. All right, so I think I'm done with this gray granite. So I'm going to just set it aside, and then the Misty Moonlight to go with the cardstock colors I'm using today. And the biggest image from that Nature's Print stamp set. Ink it up really well, and I want to make sure it is inked up really well. I look at the back, I look at the stamp to make sure I've inked everything up, because sometimes you can see, oh, I need to do this part a little bit better. And I'm going to do this, what we call full strength, but just a little part of it. I think I'll do this right here. I think that looks so pretty. And this is one of those, shows lots of dimension when you stamp with these. So lastly, we have the sentiment, which I'm using You're on My Mind today. So get that on there really well. And then I'm going to line it up on the cardstock. There we go. I'm going to close this really quickly because, like I've said before, I'm extremely good at getting ink on myself. Turn that over, and I'm going to put some adhesive on this gray piece and adhere it to the Misty Moonlight. If you like any of these products, you're welcome to make a purchase. They are quite affordable, and one thing that is wonderful about Stampin' Up! Products is that you get often, most of the time, you get sentiments, and I'm putting dimensionals on the back here. You get sentiments and stamped images that all go together. I used to go to the craft store. I would buy what I thought looked great, go home and realize I didn't have any sentiment. I had a cute little mouse, but no sentiment. And then I would be like, oh, well, I'll go back and I'll find a sentiment. I would find a sentiment, spend more money there, because every time you're at the craft store, I don't know about you, I spend more than I intend. And come home and the sentiment would not go at all with the, I'm looking for my ink, here it is, the gray granite. And the stamp set would not go at all with what I had. It would be like so disappointed. Now this is what I'm going to use for the inside, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to stamp it off because I'm decorating what's going to be the inside of the card. So like I said, that's the nice thing about Stampin' Up! Images, is that everything goes together very nicely. It's coordinated. Oh, I think that looks cool. Let's set that aside. Now I'm going to put some adhesive on it. So any purchase under $50, you can use the host code. It will show right away that you are my customer. Make sure my name is at the top of the store checkout, and then I will reward you for that purchase. But if it's more than 50, then you want to get all the free stuff that comes with your order. Stampin' Up! Gives you lots of free stuff when it's 150 or more for your order. And that, my friends, is simply paper, ink, and stamps. How about that? Now you're ready to send a nice card out to a friend, letting them know that they're on your mind. This could be an anniversary card, a birthday card. It could be a lot of different things, but I just think it's great. So I will put the host code in my comments. My store link is listed here on Facebook as well as on YouTube and on my blog. I will also put it into the comments, so to make it easy for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.